Hello everybody and welcome to Rep Does Stuff in Path of Exile Part 2. This is the second part of Rep Does Stuff that I've ever done for any game, and this game fully deserves it. Let me go ahead and just put some stuff into my stash. I am not very rich at all. Like, look at all this stuff. Oh man. But I have been playing this game like crazy. Ever since the last video that I did, I've done nothing but play this game. I've been pretty addicted. Every time I pick up another game, I'm like, oh, well, this is fun, but I want to go back to Path of Exile now. So that is what I decided to do. I decided to come back and play more Path of Exile. I'm playing on a different character than I was last time. I believe I was playing on my Templar last time, and this is my Shadow, completely decked out with new skills, just so I can show you the variety of this game. I am also on a different act, which means new maps for you guys to check out. Now, I believe I have to go to Battlefronts for a quest. So I'm going to go here, and you guys will be able to see some new stuff. This game is extremely colorful, yet dark at the same time. It didn't do what Diablo 3 did. It kind of went off on its own thing. It still stayed to the dark nature of Diablo 2, while still having color and still having different environments that look completely different than previous places that you've been before. So as you can see on that last video that you saw, this area looks completely different. Now, I also noticed on my last video that the gameplay was slightly blurry if you were watching it at a lower resolution, and there's really nothing I can do about it. I do apologize for the quality. Oh god. Oh man. These lightning mages right here are just so annoying. They already ate through my energy shield. Now watch. You can see it rise back up. Have more energy shield than I do live, so it's very important to get that energy shield back up, because that is my main defense. If I remember correctly, I am looking for a cart of some kind for the quest that I am on that is supposed to have something that will allow me to continue with the game. Now, if you managed to see my last video, then there weren't any spoilers, because I wasn't actually progressing with the storyline. I was just basically farming that one area, so you didn't really get to see much of it. But in this game, or in this video, I actually plan on progressing with a little bit of the storyline. So if you don't want your first playthrough to be spoiled, I would highly suggest downloading the game and playing through the first 3 acts before you get to the second difficulty, before you watch this video. As I did with the last one, I am going to put a link to the Path of Exile website in the description for ease of use, and you will be able to go to that website, sign up, and download the game from there. That way it's all fine and dandy, and jeez, these guys are tearing me apart. Now, I showed this video to a few of my friends, and there were a few things while I was watching it with them, because I hate watching my own videos by myself. It's much better to have someone sitting there with you, watching the video and telling you what you could have done better. And I felt like I didn't really explain the skill system well enough. I mentioned the gems, but I don't think that I made a pretty clear example. So I'm going to see if I can do that right now. As I said before, all the equipment that you get comes with these skill slots, or just gem slots. All of them have it, whether it just be 1 gem slot, or you can get up to 6 on certain kinds of equipment, like chest pieces or 2-handed weapons. You can get 6 slots. And sometimes they will come linked, like these two do. Or like these two. Yeah, these two do. So, right here I have Ethereal Knives, which is this ability right here. I also have it linked, as you can see the link right there, I have it linked to faster projectiles. which increases the projectile speed 42% and also increases the damage. So look at it right here, you know, throwing them out. Now let's take this off and see. Yeah, there's a significant slower movement to them, as well as range. This, oh, whoops, this is fork. That's different. You guys don't need to know what that does, because I hardly even know what it does. But yeah, this one seems a lot better when it's linked to something. So that is why I have it linked. I will eventually put fork on there as well, so that when it hits enemies, it will fork behind the enemies that it hits, and will hit even more enemies behind it. So it's very useful. I can't wait to do that. There's a ton of things I actually want to do on this character that will simply have to wait until later levels. Now, whoa, as you guys can see there, the one problem that this game does have, whoa, and it's a pretty drastic issue, is desync. You will find yourself in one place and you will use an ability, or an enemy will use an ability, and will send them flying behind you or right next to you, and you will not even know they are there until you are dead. And it happens quite often. So, but they're working on those issues. They're also working on performance issues. The game is not very optimized. They're working on that, so I give them a pass because they at least know that there's a problem with their game. There are several other companies that would simply say, oh, well, it's a problem on your end and not on ours. Deal with it. But they are doing things to try to fix it, so I do not blame them for it. Next thing I should mention, I want to go ahead and throw this out there, even though I do not have any on me. I mentioned a while back in the last video about gems as well. Or not gems, orbs. God, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I mentioned orbs, but I didn't tell you exactly what they were for. I just said that they were a currency item. There's a reason why they're so sought after to make them a currency item, and that's because each orb does a different thing. So you will have one orb to turn a plain white item into a... Let's take this for example. Okay, so we're just going to go back to town. Just so I can get this out of the way, I can show you guys, because I feel like I should have mentioned it in the last video. So I see this right here. I'm like, oh, hey, look, a gold amulet. I'm like, 14% increased rarity. Now that sounds pretty good, but as a white item, that's all it has on it, and I kind of want some stats. So I'm just going to go ahead and use an Orb of Transmutation, upgrades a normal item into a magic item, and go ahead and pop it on that. Huh, 1 to 2 physical damage. That could be better. So I use a Orb of Alteration, which reforges a magic item with new random properties. I'm like, okay, let's see what this does. So it redid the entire thing, and it added an extra 13% increased rarity, and it added 1 to 14 lightning damage. So now I have a new amulet that I crafted out of a plain white item, and I gave it 27 increased rarity and the potential to have, at highest, 14 lightning damage on my attacks. So that's pretty awesome, how you can just turn something, or turn nothing into something. So that's the example, but there's so many different kinds. There's ones that turn whites into rares, there are some that turn magic into rares, ones that reforge rares with new properties as well, ones that can add properties to a rare item. There's just so many different orbs, and they all do different things, and they're all awesome. There's one orb that is really extremely rare, and it can copy the exact properties of an item onto another item, and you don't even need that other item. It just copies the item right away. So if you make like a really awesome chess piece, and you're like, hey, this would work on my friend's other character, then you could get this item and just make a copy of your chess piece and have a chess piece for you, and then give it to your friend. And that is one of the rarest one of the rarest orbs that you can get in the game, which makes it a highly expensive currency item. The game just has so much variety, and nothing is ever the same. The randomness is just where it needs to be. There's no pay to win at all. This is just what you want in an action RPG. Oh, man, I got wrecked. Okay, so I just got destroyed. Since I am on normal difficulty, my experience did not take any damage. In higher difficulties, when you die, there is actually an experience penalty. But that's not all that harsh until later on in the game. I'm going back to the battlefront because I need to do this quest. But the good thing is my map still stays the same. It does not stay the same all the time, though. Each instance only lasts for 15 minutes, and if you're out of that instance for 15 minutes, then the map will randomize again. And the monsters do not reappear in the instance. These are just monsters that I did not clear up before. So I'm going back up here. I'm going to pop a flask and run faster. Different flasks can also have different abilities. Okay, so toss that on him because it will do damage over time to him. The more stacks I have on it, the better. Armor scrap can be used to increase the quality of the item. So, do I have anything on me right now that has a quality? I do not, so I can't really show you. I thought I had a gem that could possibly have quality on it. Huh, that sucks. I really wanted to show you guys what quality was. But basically, it can increase stats of just a normal base armor or weapon. Armor scraps are used for armor, and the blacksmith's whetstone is used for weapons. And if you use them on a white item, it actually levels the quality faster. I'm not going to bother going over there if I can just grab the spool from here. And then I don't want to stay here, so I'm going to use another portal scroll. Don't have to worry about portal scrolls. I have so many of them. I did not check the time when I started playing, so let's go ahead and look. It is okay. So I'd say about 7 more minutes, and we will be good to go. And my program has stopped responding. There we go. Stopped responding there for a second. I was actually kind of worried. I was like, oh no, now I have to redo everything, and I have to explain everything to you guys. Which I wouldn't have minded, because I basically had everything that I wanted to say locked up in my head after watching that last video of mine. So part 2. Jeez, we are just rushing past these. So, 2 new videos that I need to make.
They're my ribbons forevermore. Forevermore. I hate forever. I could tear happy ever after from Bard's bleeding tongues. You're still here, not a cockroach. Oh, gratitude. Yes, I should give you a token. A token. What token? This? Is this to your liking?
Now, as a quest reward, we get to choose from one of these 3 rings. So they're all 20%. I believe the maximum is 30% on any given item. Could be wrong. Do not quote me on that. But, what do we want? I think what I'm going to do...
I like you.
Okay, so I have to find some sulfite, which I believe we find at the docks. Anyway, I'm going to look at my defenses here. Check out my resistances. My fire resistance is 67, so it's the highest. My lowest is lightning resistance at 38%. So I'm going to go ahead and get my reward and get a topaz ring. Now, let's see if this was worth it. Intelligence, max life, max mana. Compared to what I have right now, well, it has more intelligence than my... and mana. Oh, yeah, definitely. See you later, sucker. You're out of here. I'm going with this one. The maximum life isn't going to really work with what I had in mind for my later build. You have to think of the big picture, and believe me, this game has a big picture. Just scroll down here so you guys can see. Yeah, this game has some depth to it, and I've only hit this much. There's not much at all that I have hit in this game, but there's quite a bit. So we're going to go back here, and it still hasn't reset, which is a good thing, because we don't want it to. We need to go up here to the docks. Now, I'm hoping I don't over-record, but I have a feeling I'm going to. I can't help it. I could overplay this game and like not even think twice about it, because it's just it's so good. Why is this game so good? All of you need to play it. If you guys want to like get a session going, leave a comment down below, send me a PM or something telling me what you want. If you want to play with me, that is fine. I'll record a video with it and just go crazy, and it would be awesome. So anyway, what I was saying before, because I go off topic in this a lot, is I'm going to be making 2 videos in the next few days. One is for opinions that I have for the actual channel, and see if you guys agree with it or not. And the other video is... What was the other video? I wanted to do a rant of some kind, but I don't think I'm going to do it, because I have nothing to really rant about. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't come here to watch me whine. Oh god, desync. Massive desync. Stop desyncing. But, yeah, there's so many things I have to ask your guys' opinion on, because I believe you guys are the one watching me, so you should have a decent amount of opinion, or a decent amount of choice when it comes to the video that you watch. So this one's going to be basically just themes for the ending, and whether you guys want to see webcams and videos or not, all depends on you guys. It is all your choice. Oh god, dogs. Now you need to go. A dusk blade. I need a new dagger, but I'm pretty sure that's a sword. I don't know. I'll go back to town and sort it out later. Get me out of there. Ooh, I did not see that. I don't know if that just dropped or if it's been there for a while, but by the way, these guys shoot ice arrows, and it's really annoying. I'm still in the first difficulty, too. Back in the day, this game was so much easier. So yeah, you can also see a different atmosphere. The other place was dark and gloomy. This is still dark and gloomy, but it's raining! I don't think it was raining in the last place. Oh. Mana. Probably get something done about that. Wait for my energy shield to come back up, maybe. Or are they going to attack me? Nope, there it goes. Alright. We got that out of the way, and... Alright, it's about time to cut it. Wow, it's been 5 more minutes already. Jeez, where does the time go when I play this game? Anyway, guys, so there you go. That is Path of Exile again. Just in case you guys didn't decide if you wanted to play it before, you have a second video to kind of change opinions, or just, completely make you not want to play this game anymore. So hopefully this was a good example. Thank you all so much for checking out the video. Once again, this is Rep, and as always, I will see you all later.